Hi. Hey, mark your calendars. February 28th is Rare Disease Day. What is a rare disease? How is that defined? Well, rare disease in the United States affects less than 200,000 people. So with myasthenia gravis affecting about 14 to 20 people per 100,000 population means about 36,000 to 60,000 people in the United States have myasthenia gravis. I'm one of them. So I want to show you a little behind the scenes trick that I use when I do these videos. Myasthenia gravis is a rare neuromuscular disease. It affects the voluntary muscles. So for example, a lot of times you'll see that my eyes are not quite normal looking, especially the lids. This is called ptosis, and it's because I have a weakness in the muscles. Now, I wake up in the morning, I'm fine. I have my normal nice wide eyes. But as the day progresses, as the muscles weaken, as I use my eyes, it gets worse. Same thing with my voice. Sometimes my voice is absolutely wonderful. I can sing, la. That was not good. Sometimes my voice gets hoarse, raspy. Sometimes the volume, I can't even get it out. There's been once or twice, and unfortunately I deleted the take because I didn't know any better. I had no idea what was going on, but I even stumbled over my words, which would be a classic dysarthria. But no evidence yet, and it hasn't happened since. So until it does, it's been hoarse voice. Swallowing definitely affects my swallowing. Dysphagia, food getting stuck in the throat. I have, last year in November. Well, so no, it wouldn't have been last year in November. It would have been the year before in November, because it is last year, just a couple months ago in November, and so it was a year before that. So in November of 2016, I think it was, I went to the urgent care. They sent me to ER for imaging because food had gotten stuck in my throat. Ended up getting endoscopy. And, so anyhow, they ruled out a bunch of things with that. But none of the symptoms were externally visible until spring of 2017. And that's when I captured it on video. So in order to manage some of these great arm movements that makes my video really exciting, now there are days when I can do this, woo! And I'm doing a little bit of that now. Myasthenia gravis is not technically a painful disease, but it is not my only diagnosis. Hence the... So that was my little trick. So now sometimes when I am doing my arm movements to make the visual more exciting, because I'm homebound. It's not like I can go out in public and interact with other people or show you different scenery. I mean, yeah, I got a couple of rooms in the house, but I'm pretty limited here. So this becomes a really important tool in filming these videos. The other tool that I'm using right now is, of course, a tripod. I do not have a husband, partner, boyfriend. Having a doting partner, a doting romantic partner, is a stretch goal, but I'm just not there yet. And I haven't been there for many years, I just didn't have a good experience, really needed to go through the process of that. Then I was really like, it's going to take somebody amazing, totally amazing, for me to change my mind. And that was fine, and now I'm sick. I have a lot of luck. It's just flowing in the wrong polarity. So I got to figure out how to do that. And now I'm not using the brace on my arms because I've been resting my arms for a little while. Yes, that's a thing about rare disease, a little awareness tip that I want to point out. Some people think that, chronic illness means that a person is completely non-functioning, that, that they're 24/7, 365, that they're completely non-functioning. Look, I've got pain 24/7, 365. And sometimes I am non-functioning because of it, but everything's on a spectrum. And even with the pain, the lowest I ever get is a 3. Those days are rare and I relish them. Most days I'm ramping between a 4 or a 5 from the get-go. And there are times where it's spiking. But even still, even with pain, pain doesn't necessarily change who I am. It just amplifies. And so people are a mess of contradictions. Like when things get out of balance in a person, something that's normally considered good can go to the other spectrum. So everything in human beings are spectrum. So yes, I can be in the emergency room. I can be vomiting up green, like neon green, foamy bile. I did not know that kind of color could come out of a human being. And, in excruciating pains with kidney stones and saying no narcotics, because that's a choice that I choose. And I can still joke with the nurses. Yeah, I can be in excruciating pain and still try to retain some of my decorum. I can also be in excruciating pain and somebody can be really rubbing me the wrong way and, back any cute fluffy thing into a corner and all you're going to see is claws and fangs. That is also me in chronic pain. So yes. And then there are times where it's just so overwhelming. I feel so unsupported and I don't have hope that things are going to get better. And that's pretty much where I end up, like fetal position, tears, just unable to function until it passes. And sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes it takes a couple days. So anyhow, just because I'm smiling doesn't mean I'm not in excruciating pain. So because the pain is slightly distracting me, but not preventing me from doing this, I would say that very soon it's going to be time for me to hit the heating pad, the pillow, some ibuprofen, all the things that I can do to try and manage. Chronic illness isn't fun. I generally don't have a lot of fun in my life, so this is my way of having fun. And I'm somewhere between, like, I don't even know, like, I just got hit with something and I'm like, holy crap, am I laughing? Am I crying? Like, what is going on? Wow, that was a bit unusual. I'm not even sure how to process that. It's like, as I was like starting to laugh and then just this, I think it's fair to say that having chronic illness is very traumatizing. Having a rare disease is very challenging. When you got doctors that are insinuating, oh, maybe you just need therapy, and your therapist is like, other than you being really sick, and I hope your doctors figure it out soon, I don't know why you're here. But even still, to have that sort of like gaslighting. I mean, I grew up with somebody that was gaslighting. Gaslighting is a term that, like, when people project something onto you and tells you that is true about you, and it completely isn't. And it kind of like, when you hear that over and over and over and over again, it kind of messes with your brain. That's something I strongly resist. I'm like, no, it's not true. And I used to get smacked around as a kid because I actually stood up against it, and I would keep standing up against it, and I will continue to stand up against it. But in my own mind, there's a part of me that's like, is this real? Am I making this up? Am I a hypochondriac? Could I actually be mental? You know, does conversion disorder actually really exist? Is it a real thing? Or is it just because doctors haven't figured out what's, you know, the biological cause for certain things? So it's like, when you are in such an intense level of pain and fatigue, and it's not going away, and it's sucked away your social life, and it's taken away your ability to engage in a particular method of spiritual practice, and it affects your work, your ability to work and provide an income and to derive a sense of purpose from that, and a sense of well-being, because, you know, unfortunately we're in a society where money equals well-being, because if you don't have it, you're not in a position to be well. You know, and it's I don't even know where I was going with all this, but anyhow, I don't even know where I was going. I don't think it was brain fog. I think I was just like, I'm just like upset right now and not able to. I don't even know where I was going. I know where I'm going. Heating pad, pillow, blanket, bed. February 28th, Rare Disease Day. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to comment below if you like. I don't log in every day, but I do try to respond to comments when I can. And also, if you want to stay updated on future videos, hopefully they won't be quite as like this. I do try to switch it up a little bit when I can. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Unfortunately, I don't have a consistent schedule right now. I tried that, tried it for a week of vlogging, and it just shows where my level of functioning is. It is not where I want it to be. But anyhow, I do know that there have been a couple more people who are subscribing and commenting, and I really appreciate that, because this is very isolating for me, and it's so helpful for me to know that you know, that my videos are engaging other people. People are asking questions. I don't know if any of this is helpful, but it's helpful for me, and so I hope it helps somebody out there. Maybe you're going through the same process. Maybe you don't have the same diagnoses that I have, but maybe you're going through, you know, like this whole, like, is it real? Am I making it up? You know, like, what's going on? Because I've got a professional doctor that doesn't believe me, doesn't believe my symptoms. Well, let me tell you, as soon as it showed up on video camera, there was no mistake. I wasn't making stuff up. It was really, you know, there's something that was really going on. And, you know, and that's the thing. You know, in my childhood history, I do have a history of anxiety and depression and suicide. And hey, guess what? It was because I was gaslighted throughout my childhood, and I got smacked around for standing up for that. And that's enough to make anybody highly anxious, super depressed, and, you know, and wanting to die. But that doesn't mean that that is who I am now. You know, I haven't been, you know, I haven't been not in a position of being a grown-up to say, you are not going to do that to me anymore, and I am going to make sure that you don't. So, you know, ever since I was empowered to do this, you know, I used to think it was just this, and then the person would just keep right on coming, and then I learned I had to do this. So maybe that will help somebody out there. All right, long video, almost 15 minutes. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.